So the
Yeah.
so the question is, my brother, how did you do it? I mean,
Mm.
how did you go, I'm fucked? And we all, and unfortunately, many people, especially in recovery, but even those of us, we're all trying to recover from something, right? I mean,
Yeah.
so unfortunately, most of us have to hit bottom
Hmm.
before we climb out, right? If you
Yeah.
find yourself in in the bottom of a hole, stop digging, right? So it's like, so what was it? It wasn't getting sober, right? I mean, it took more than getting sober for you to just say, I gotta fix this shit.
Yeah. I mean, I had my kids were little at the time, so they were 7 and 3 at the end when I came to the end of my drinking and stuff. And I worked in an industry that it was culturally acceptable and even encouraged to go out and get fucked up, right? Like everything was about entertaining
Yeah.
clients, about, people were smoking weed in the office and doing like that's what the business was, production, post-production. So, that naturally got progressively worse and worse and worse and worse. But what was happening was, I was like not coming home at night, so I was using, you know, things like that as an excuse to just make people think that numbing was okay. Like if I could say to my wife, like I have to go out with clients. Of course I'm going to be drinking. Of course I'm going to get, you can't get angry at me. But what was happening is like, my wife would call me and I wouldn't answer the phone. I'd be out with my clients. I'd tell her I was going to be home by 8 o'clock. And then 2 in the morning rolls around and I have 18 missed phone calls. And I'm like, what's the point in answering now? Because she's just going to be mad at me anyway. And, the next thing I know, I'm like in the Penn Station bathroom puking. And then the next thing I know, I wake up in bed and my wife is, freaking out. So it got to the point where it really started affecting my family, to the point where, there wasn't a lot of, love in the house, and there was a lot of anxiety. Like my 7 year old, she was like picking at her eyebrows. She was like rolling her wrists. She was like doing like she would have like twitches. Like shit was going on, because kids, they don't know exactly what's going on, but they're very perceptive, and it was really
You
starting to
can't
affect.
bullshit kids, brother. You can't
No,
hide it. You can't bullshit it. They pick up vibes real fast, real hard.
yeah, yeah, no, it was the barometer was there, and the radar was there, and I just to me it was in a very emotional bottom because I had all the typical physical bottoms, right? I had tons of them, and but for me it really got to the point where I just was looking in the mirror and I would look at myself and I'd say, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why can't you do this? I would have this conversation with myself every single day. I'd say, you have a wife that loves you, two beautiful kids, you have your own business, you got a house, you got the car, you got the 3,000 Facebook friends, you got like everybody thinks you're doing great but you hate yourself and you don't want to be here anymore. And I I don't know. I knew I couldn't keep drinking and doing drugs because it wasn't even working anymore. And I knew I couldn't keep living the life I was living emotionally because I was just stealing so much emotional security from my family because I was walking around like a zombie.